You don't want to turn your back on these piles, friends, but you've got to get, you'll see what a lot of guys will do in piles like this is they'll cut from the top down. I've cut up 1,000 of these piles like this, 1,000. Have I been knocked? Have I been smacked? Yep, I have. And that's why I know, do not turn your back on a freaking pile of logs like that. Don't do it. And you'll notice when I went to underbuck that, I did not turn my back. I came on the other side and finished my bucking from this side. This is big wood, friends. That was the 592. And we've got glorious lengths here. It looks like 14, 15 inch all the way through. It's just this, you know, it's big wood. And you're cutting on an angle and all kinds of difference. But guess what? I'm going to leave it like this because water stays off the wood easier this way. Leave your wood like this. The water will run off instead of like this, right? Instead of like that, because water just, it'll run away, but it still will seep in. This way, if you're storing wood, just leave it like that. There's nothing left. Look. Look at these. Some of these are past the line, friends. Oh dear. Should we nip back down? Like, we're gonna start getting hit. So a guy's got to make a bed of firewood now that I've got the main strip out, right? You see, we got this is all bucked just in the last hour, but you know, this has to come somewhere. So it'd be nice to make a bed of wood on the bottom, so you're not now you know, like I've done that the whole time. I've kept it like this the whole time, friends. Look, I've kept a little bed of wood so I can roll wood and buck it. Here's a couple here. Let's buck this. Let's do it. Just to show you what, you know, a chain, you can gun your chains. You can run them right down to peanuts. I'll buck that one there. Mind you, when I buck that past there, that leverage, when I buck that sucker right there and drop that big sucker's coming, and so is all that stuff up above. So what I'm going to do is create a bed with that log right there. I'm going to create a bed, drop it in there so that stuff from up top can go. I might leave that log right there. See that right there's a falcum right there. If I take that out of there, I'm in for a mess of problems here. So I'm going to go get these two little floaters right there. I'll get those two little floaters real quick, and then I'll make a bed for some of that up above stuff, because that's my friend right now. That's keeping all that up. Copy me? I have cut so many of these piles up through the years. We keep the road clear, and we go to the bottom, and you build a bed of wood for all these logs now to come down on, and you're cutting. It's just the start of these piles, friends. It's only the start that you have to take time and get going. You see why I left that guy right there? See that? That's holding that whole thing up like a retaining wall. But don't think that little guy can't get me, because he can. So everything's left. See it there? There's a little corner right there holding. You've got to be careful in these. Your fun cutting can turn to a bad day real quick. But I urge folks to get a hole, get a bed of wood. Now all this can come straight down on top of a bed of wood, and you're flying. Literally flying. He's got excavators and all kinds of stuff, but I've never had that stuff. So I've learned to work in the ways of the wood and nature, and using inertia and gravity to my benefit. So that's the story there. We've got a ton of wood bucked here today, and I'm not done. Well, I sure hope for Husky's sake that this 564 is more than the 562, because I'm telling you, friends, I was impressed with the 562. I was. This is skip tooth chain. It's square ground. Some of these high revving saws don't have the bottom end. This thing does, and we're getting dull now. This 564 better perform. I'm not kidding. I just hit rocks. That means I should shut her down. I took a chance over there, friends. Did you see the sparks fly? Right there. I don't know what I hit, but I hit something. Let's have a look. Everybody does it. Pros do it too. Oh yeah, I hit a rock right there. Yep, that little guy right there. Little piece of sandstone right there, friends. I hit it. It's over. Stop cutting with that saw right now. It's not even worth it. It is not even worth it. We're cutting a lot of firewood here right now. I hope you guys understand what I'm doing here. If I continue to roll that bottom log, I'm going to screw my level buck up. That's it. That was a lot of wood bucked. We got lots more to go, but guess what? Everything is bucked to the ground. There's no logs underneath here. There's nothing. I have created a bed of wood. So there comes a time in this pile where you stop digging in, and it is now. You stop digging in the ground now because you've got this big bed out here. You're actually smarter now. He's got an excavator. You're actually smarter now to flop those big ones down on top of a bed of wood so you're out of the rocks now for good. And then you just keep doing that. That's what I do. That's what I've always done, and I've learned by mistakes. Just keep your freaking head up. Those saws are gnarly. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of firewood. Friends, welcome to the outro of this video. We are heading out. Rick, buddy from Tasmania, thank you, and East Coast Lumberjack. You guys gave me a couple of tips on my very, very first, I guess, competition swinging axe, or just a race axe. Not that I'm a racer, but this will be our first one, and I'm going to go try it. It's a China axe, friends. But anyways, at the end of this video, Lukey will be scooping in on this nice little axe here and this freaking handle right here. Isn't that nice, Luke?
Mm-hmm.
Look at, let's take a minute. I mean, look at the beautiful mermaid action on this thing. I freaking oh yay. Anyways, to the point. So all these saws that I was running today, friends, are pretty much some of my faves. That 562 has gained a ton of respect for me. That is a 32-inch bar, skip tooth chain. It's square, remember now. Square ground chain off of the Symington. Friends, that's almost a buried bar. So if you're in the market for a saw, I'm hoping, I said it a couple times in the video, I'm hoping this 465, is it? Or 564 fuel-injected saw stands up to this saw. If it does, it's going to be an incredible machine, because they killed it with this 562, the Mach 2 version. I don't know about the Mach 1 version, but I know about that saw. This saw impresses me. So if you're looking for an all-purpose saw, don't even hesitate on the 562. This was a fun video. There's lots more coming. We're hoping to help this fella out with this pile a little more, and in the process, test axes, saws, chain. It's a great spot. We love playgrounds like this. So if you're watching, Brendan, thank you for letting us in there again and play around. Work hard, be honest, be kind. Stay on the lookout for this, friends. See you on the next video.